Hello, traders. I've got a stock that looks great right now, and I'll explain how I found it and why I like it. Subscribe to my channel now and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss any of these daily trades. You'll help me build my channel, and I'll help you build your account. Let's get started. We are 2.5 hours into trading. It is Friday, February 19th. Hello, traders. Let's take a look at the stocks that we recently highlighted, then let's take a look at the market. First of all, Zenga, ZNGA, I highlighted this yesterday. That was about 2 hours, 2.5 hours into trading, somewhere around the $12 level. You can see it's at $12.30 right now. Stock looking very good. You can see this bullish hammer right here. Stock looks like it's going to continue higher on very heavy volume. Nice looking pick right there. ABBV, that was highlighted a couple days ago. It's really just sitting here, but that's okay because we were going to be selling a out of the money bullish put spread keying off of this horizontal support around the $100 level. I still like it. Think the stock looks very good. WYNN, that was one that I highlighted a few days ago. It was sideways while the market was digesting gains, and look at it today. Hello, off to the races. All of the casino stocks look very good. MU, that was highlighted a few days ago. Look at that baby go. New high. Breakout here. Everything looks fantastic on MU. CRNT is one that I highlighted last week. That one still has a little bit of work to do, but you can see that's the bullish flag that we were keying off of. We're along somewhere up here, so that is a loser, but that's a $5 stock. You shouldn't be long options. No time premium decay. Wait for the stock to run. I still think the stock looks good as long as it can hold this upward sloping trend line. AMAT. Now, I got to be honest with you, I do not hold over earnings, but we were able to make money before earnings, downward sloping trend line, bullish flag, nice breakout, saw it in here, had lots of opportunities to take a lot of money off the table. Look at it today, up $9, super, super strong. Now let's take a look at the market. I am long futures, by the way. I had let my members know we had this nice downward sloping trend line. We had a bullish cross. Let me get this off. Bullish cross on the 10P indicator. Sorry, I've got a lot of alerts coming up right now. Bullish cross right there on the 10P indicator. That's what we were looking for on a breakout through that downward sloping trend line. So I am long. I've got some nice cushion. Here's why I believe the market will continue to go higher. Yesterday, during the video, I had mentioned to you we had this big drop. We had a sell-off in the S&P 500. And then this was what clued me in that we were going to rally the rest of the day. Please go back and watch the video from Thursday. Confirm that what I'm telling you is true. That's the only way that you're going to have confidence in my research and analysis. I had mentioned to you that because we had some nice long green candles here, and because the descent had a mixture of green candles in here, this is a low quality pullback. We had a nice, long, extended period of time before we challenged the low, and that told me that buyers were already engaged, that we were not likely to make a new low of the day. After a higher low double bottom, we would see a rally the rest of the day. You've got your downward sloping trend line right here. You can see it visually. I can draw it in for you. And then off of that downward sloping trend line, we had a bullish 10P cross right in here. These two candles were the key to the day, and I pointed this out in the chat room. Once I saw this level of buying, two consecutive long green candles closing on their high, I let everyone know that's it. We're going higher. And look, we absolutely blew through the high of the day, and then we filled in much of that gap. This price action throughout the course of the day told me that we were likely to open higher today and that we were going to have a bullish day. You can see we've got a nice upward sloping trend line here. Market gapped higher today. It has been typical for the market to test the bid. It always gets checked because we're near the all-time high. You can see how we briefly pulled back. That only lasted about 20 minutes. That was the low of the day. We're going to continue to grind higher today. I expect us to take out the high From Wednesday, let's zoom out a little bit so we can get a clear picture. I expect us to close somewhere around 393 today. If we can do that today, then we will set ourselves up for challenging the high next week. Democrats are saying they are going to get a stimulus bill passed with or without Republicans by the end of February. That means it has to happen next week. We get $1.9 trillion. That money is going to find its way into the market. That will be very bullish. During the course of the week, I've been telling you, don't worry about inflation. Don't worry about the spike in interest rates. Let's go into the TLT very quickly. And I'd also mention to you, this is the US 10-year Treasury, that is a downward sloping channel right there, and that this is probably going to be a selling climax. So we just have to wait for that capitulation. We've got some pretty heavy volume. But look, TLT is down. That means bonds are down, interest rates are up. We'll go into the 5-minute chart. If this were such a big concern for the market, you've got bonds down, yields up, then we would not be seeing a rally today in the market. But the market is discounting that news. And the reason that yields are up is because the economic data points have been very, very good. Yes, we saw a higher PPI this week. It's not a problem. The Fed is not going to raise rates. They are willing to let inflation rise above the target. They are completely focused on an improving job market. And until they see that, they are not going to raise rates. So we have the best of both worlds. We have improving economic activity, and we have a Fed that's going to remain very accommodative. Then throw on top of that the fact that we've got $1.9 trillion coming into the market. It's going to find its way into stocks, and we have a lot of companies raising guidance for Q1, much greater than expected. So profits are actually there as well. I feel we've got the perfect storm for a big breakout through the upper end of this trading channel. And typically, when that happens, it doesn't just poke through, it blows through because you get FOMO, fear of missing out. We've had about 2 weeks worth of price compression, so the gains off of the February lows had to be digested, so we went sideways. I believe the next leg higher could be quite a big one. But if we get a blow off to SPY 405, I think you got to take profits on that type of buying climax. You got to exit your trades, take a deep breath, but there's still lots of profit to be made before that happens. So watch for that type of price pattern. I am bullish. So let's go in and let's take a look at a few stocks that might be attractive to us. I believe my pick of the day today is going to be APPS. You know that I've liked that one. We made a lot of money on that earlier. I've been watching that stock. You can see how it gapped higher after earnings. There was a little bullish flag right here. Boom, absolutely blew through. So now we've got a downward sloping trend line right here and another bullish flag forming. APPS is the pick of the day. I believe that this support right here, if you visually draw a line, it comes into play right around $70. So that tail right there, that's the low right there. That $70 price point is going to hold. I would use that. Now, this stock does move, so you should be able to go out into March and look to sell the $70 put, buy the 67.50s, do that for a 50-cent credit. Something along those lines I think will work very well. If you are a more aggressive trader, you could even come up to the $75 strike price. You see that that's where support was right there. And you can also see that that is the open from that long green bar right there. I believe $75 support will also hold. So if you have to, you can do the 75, 72.50 in March, get 50 cents. That would represent a 25% return in a month. I like the stock. I think it continues to move higher. Let's take a look at some other stocks that might be interesting. PENN, this is one that we currently have a bullish put spread on. Also, another bullish flag formation, downward sloping trend line. You can see how this upward sloping trend line was preserved. Stock looks good, ready to continue to move higher. It breaks out through this horizontal resistance level on really strong earnings, and then it pulls back and it checks that breakout. That is very typical for stocks to do that. Once that breakout has been confirmed, 1, 2 touches, then the stock is set for the next rally higher. Let's take a look at some other stocks that are in the bullish flag search. And I'm just going to go through visually and look at some of these. CLNE could be setting up right here. Big gap up, stock pulls back, can't quite fill the gap, and buyers already start coming in to scoop the stock. I think this is one that you want to watch. I'm going to set a GTC alert. When I see something I like, I set my GTC alerts. That way, during the course of the day, I get my pop-ups and it tells me when I need to take action. Intel, really nice. Look at that breakout to a new high. Semiconductors are in favor. That huge $9 AMAT run. TSM is a stock that we've also highlighted. I still like TSM. I think it continues to perform and move higher. You can see it also checked that breakout. Looks good to me. There's Penn on that bullish flag search that we have. Redfin. This is a nice little bullish flag here too. Under Armour looking like it wants to go higher. Heavy buying. I'm going to be concluding here very quickly. Getting to the close of my video presentation. I want to try and keep them as short as I can. Caterpillar absolutely blowing through this horizontal resistance. John Deere reported fantastic earnings. Ag stocks are going to be doing well. Grain prices are elevated. I like the fertilizer companies. I like John Deere. I like Caterpillar. Caterpillar also benefiting from heavy mining equipment, heavy demand there. You're seeing your basic metals rally very strongly. So the backdrop is very, very bullish right now. These are some excellent stocks to be watching. Have a great weekend. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers, and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.